Hi, we're your hosts, Anna Rocklina, and
Jedi Hill, aka Alchemist Jedi.
in today's episode, we will be talking about logos. And some of you might wonder what is this Jedi's logo that he's been using on his books and everywhere else? And what is this, an occult logo?
Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. So now,
Yes, let's dive.
before we get into my logo
Mhm.
and all the interesting symbolism and knowledge and everything else into that, let's actually look into some corporate logos. So let me
Ooh.
share my screen here and we are gonna have fun.
Ooh, so every company, a big company, they use a logo, right?
Big companies, all kinds of big companies use
Yeah,
logos. So
I'm curious.
let's
Yeah.
start with the fun one like Nike.
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay,
that's
it's
awesome.
just a little check mark. It can't be anything, right?
Yeah.
But it comes from the wing of night, the Greek goddess of victory.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
That's why,
that.
Nike's just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
So, it's
Just do it.
so you have simple things like that,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Greek goddess of victory. So it is goddess.
yeah.
Wow, fascinating.
Okay. So there's one.
Okay.
Okay, let's have
Let's
some
see what
fun.
else.
Okay. So this one has some occult symbology. This is Troubleon.
Oh, I like that chocolate. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Yeah.
Okay. So, honey, why don't you explain what the word occult means?
Well, a cult actually means occult. So it's spelled
You up?
OCCULT.
Mhm.
So that actually means hidden. So it's hidden from you, from public knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important for you to know that because we're open book and we want the people to know what we represent. And that's why we make that secret occult knowledge available and transparent to you.
There you
Hey.
go. So with this one, you have the mountain and it's hiding the bear, which is the coat of arms of
Oh,
Bern, hidden
oh,
within the logo.
I've never seen the bear there. I saw the mountain, but
And that's exactly what we mean by occult or hidden. If you know it's there,
yeah,
it shows up right as day.
yeah.
If you don't, you don't.
But what's the meaning of the bear and the mountain? What are they?
It's for the coat of arms of Bern, where the
Oh,
company is made. So they represented, having the bear on their chocolate.
oh, right.
Okay. So this is fun. That's one of the
Yeah,
lighter ones.
innocent ones.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the favorite big companies for people.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. What is it?
The
Apple.
apple. Okay. The apple's got a bite out of it. And this is going back to Adam and Eve, the original sin. So apple's tied to the original sin.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, so people who wait. Okay,
Yeah. It's
go
supposed to
on.
represent the apple that Eve bit from in the Bible for the fruits from the tree of knowledge.
Oh, okay. I
Now,
don't
it's
know.
really fun on that one. You'll get you actually get into the Bible, you'll find that the snake told the truth and it was God who lied. They didn't die right away when they ate the fruit of knowledge. They had to be cast out of the garden so they couldn't eat from the tree of life to live longer.
Okay.
But yeah, that's getting into a whole nother
Yeah,
story
yeah.
of
Let's not
how,
talk about. Let's
the,
not
the,
talk
the
about.
God of Adam and Eve is merely just the Anunnaki alien race and it's a false God. But we'll save more of that detail for another day. Starbucks. This was actually a mermaid siren
Pulling
to
you
lure you in.
in, they lure you in.
Okay.
So you can have your Starbucks every
I
morning.
think I got them all. So let's
Okay.
go back to
Okay.
the fun. Yeah.
Yes. So here's what it is. Jedi's logo.
So I'll pull that
What
so
he
you
has
can see it
created.
here on the
Yes.
screen
Okay.
for the new Atlantean Society. So
Okay. So I see we have a circle. We have a pentagram with two triangles
hexagram.
flipped. Hexagram. Yes. And then we have a circle, another circle, some lines, four lines, different colors, and the dot.
There you go. So this is going to be fun. We got all kinds of different
Yeah.
pieces here. So we'll go back here. Let me see if I put it here. So this is that center circle. This is what's known as a Native American mausoleum. So you have the circle of life, the representation of the four directions, the four elements, as well as the four races of people.
Oh.
Let me pull up. This one's probably the easier to see it. Oh, no, it's not. Ah. There we go. That's the one then. So now this is symbolism and all kinds of things into this.
That makes sense.
Now I played with the colors on the elements on this one. You know, I've got blue south, I've got red east, I got white north, and green west. So I pulled from some Celtic and other cultures to still keep it and tweak it a little bit to make it my own. But this is your base. You got your east, your fire, your south, your water, your west, your earth, and your north, your air. And hitting to the different seasons, the cycle, the principle of rhythm, and your hermetic principles are all thrown into that symbol. And then also, okay, because you were talking about how here, there's a little black dot all the way at the center and then out. So that represents what's known as the circumput, the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega. And it also represents the sun and in alchemy, gold as well. So you can start to see all these things starting to layer and stack on to the symbology of the logo.
Okay, so what about those triangles? One is flipped and one is...
Okay, so the triangles we're going to have fun with. Let me see here. Did I put them in? Oh, okay. Where is it? So you have, it's a visual representation of a Merkaba cube, which is a three-dimensional. And you have the two triangles, which you have the feminine opening up, and then the masculine pouring down the blessings. So you have your light and dark, your microcosm and your macrocosm. So the reason the Jewish people use the Star of David, the Seal of Solomon, which is a triangle, is it represents control over the macrocosm or over creation itself.
Wait, so this two triangles, what does it represent in your logo?
You have the north triangle is gold, the masculine, as well as the feminine. And you also have, by the shapes, I'll show you here in a moment, all of the Hebrew alphabet.
You can see the gold and silver.
Is all within the hexagram. So it contains everything for communication within this one symbol. It also has, where is it? Okay.
I see some tangles over there in between.
Here we go. This isn't the one I wanted, but it still will show it. So within the two triangles, you have the fire as the main triangle,
which is gold.
The water as the bottom, but then you also have the lines through the triangles, which will represent your air and your earth. The other thing with the center triangle that we showed the native mess wheel in alchemy, it also represents earth or terra. So you have the macrocosm. And the idea for this logo is that anybody that looks at this logo, it will help bring them more into harmony with earth.
Yes, with Mother Earth.
Because
I gotta ground myself again. Yes, earthing is good for you. Put the
so that gives you, and I'll show you a fun one here on the Merkaba's cube. showing how they'll spin, and it gives you what we put in the Seal of Solomon for the 2 dimensions. The Seal of Solomon's also supposedly, along with the ring he was given by an angel, how he was able to control demons to build the temples. So there's all kinds of different symbology into different logos.
And what was his temple about?
The Temple of Solomon,
Mm-hmm.
it was for the Jewish people. It's meant to be a thing to God, but and there's the other one I was looking for that shows you better of just the elements.
Oh, I like that. It's possible.
The fire, air, water,
correspondence, right?
Yes.
The law of correspondence.
So that gives you a little overview of the symbology that's used in occult, the hidden knowledge in your symbols of everything you buy and use on a day-to-day basis, and why I built the logo as I did.
All right. That was a good, very knowledgeable and very enlightening, Jedi. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I learned myself today. Thanks.
So feel free, ask any questions.
Yes,
I'd
ask
love to hear
questions.
your thoughts, and we'll get this posted here shortly.
Yeah.
Peace, everybody.